What's up, everyone? Thrift Barringer here live for the Brookstone Coaches Show. Instead of in the Sheaves Center, we are live at Max Strong Stadium where the action happens. Here is Coach Ian Headley. Coach, thank you so much for your time. All right, we talked last Friday night. I got you right off the field. Yep. You just got another top 5 win against a really good Calvary team. Now that you've had some time to digest, how do you feel about your team's performance last Friday night?
I thought it was a championship performance. I thought our defense played lights out. They held them guys to like under 100 yards. I think they only had 1 first down in the first half. They got that 1 touchdown late in the game with 8 seconds. The other touchdown came off a special team. So, I thought our defense gave a championship effort, and I thought, offense did enough to kind of keep them at bay.
Well, Coach, you got 25 points in that first half. Broughton Branch was making plays left and right. Mm-hmm. I mean, he obviously had a couple runs when they weren't design runs, just making plays with his legs. He's got the most perfect deep ball I've seen. But Sammy the Boy had a couple breakaway touchdowns. Mitchum Kelly had an incredible – I thought it was one of my best calls, and it got called back because of a illegal man downfield. But the offense kind of sputtering out in that second half, what do you attribute that to? Just fatigue, or you think that you shot yourselves in the foot a couple of times? What do you think it was?
Yeah, so I think it was a combination of a lot of things. Hats off to Calvary's defensive line. They had a couple guys up there that was giving us some problems. I do think we had some opportunities. We had some penalties. We had some drops. And I think, just by the nature of the game, I think we were just pooped out a little bit.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Coach. But you did get a win. Your defense played lights out. I want to shout out some of those guys. Gray Jones was the player of the game. Yep. He did great things on the ground, obviously in the running game now with Terry being out. Yep. He was one of the elite cornerbacks. Yep. And then I saw A.J. Hayes. I texted his dad. I'm like, man, he is trying to deplete some people. He's trying to hurt people. And then Harrison Baker, obviously, even with the hurt arm, really a great job by your defense.
Again, I think, those guys, they didn't like what happened 2 weeks ago at Stratford, and they came out. They knew what type of game it was going to be, and they delivered. Again, man, we got high hopes. So we moved some guys around, and we put a lot on those guys. We put a lot of trust in those guys as well.
Yeah, and especially with the field and the way it was because of the rain and everything else. You knew it was going to be kind of a sloppy game, and you were able to keep it that way. But your defense was lights out for sure. Yeah. Coach, you're 6-1. And that tough of a schedule that you had, Valwood, a top 5 team in 3A. You beat FPD, a number 3 team in 4A. Your only loss has been the number 1 team in Stratford. Yeah. You've beaten some really good teams, Coach. You've got a great record. You're staying right now number 2 in the GIAA. How do you feel about your team as you head into the bye week?
I feel great. Just for us to kind of handle business and come out strong. Now, obviously we got 3 games left. Want to make sure we continue to play at a high level. And that's why this bye week is so important. Just not really just doing football stuff, but just making sure that we get back healthy, man. Like we've got different training room schedules set up, and so that's going to be important for us.
Well, Coach, now that you made mention about heading into the bye week, the plan is to let them have a week of just kind of recuperating, reset, not really do much on the practice field. Yep. When are you going to get the guys back, as you know what's coming up next, which is the game of all games, the Brucelli Jug. I know you're trying to treat it as another game, but it is what it is. It's one of the biggest rivalries in this area. How do you keep your guys focused, not overwork them, but knowing what's ahead?
Again, just, our season doesn't end at that game. It's just another game that's a part of our journey for us. So we want to make sure we keep the main thing. We want to make sure that, we're maintaining our physicality. We're playing hard. We're playing with maximum effort. That's kind of just our main thing is just not really worry about the opponent, but just really worrying about us.
Well, Coach, you've done a great job. I got to ask you personally, how's it been these last couple months? I feel like you really didn't get to move in and ingratiate yourself within the community. You just had a gung-ho start football season, but how's it been for you and your family, man?
It's been great. It's been phenomenal, man. My wife, she loves it. My kids love it. We've been blessed, honestly. We've been blessed. And I want to take this time because I haven't, and I know I need to, but I just want to just thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for just giving me this opportunity and just putting me here.
All right, let's talk about your coaching staff, man. I want you to give credit to them. We talk about the players there are great, but your coaching staff, y'all got great continuity. I want you to shout out some guys that have been key contributors to your 6-1 start.
Yeah, definitely Coach Farmer on the defensive side of the ball. He's making sure these guys are locked in. You know, I think one thing we do as coaches is we do a really good job of evaluating continuously. So if it's changing up a practice plan or changing something up just because it needs to be done, just the whole staff is really good at it. So just, you know, credit to Coach Farmer, Coach Howard, Coach Wayne Moore, Coach Travis Jones, my offensive line coach, Coach Jason Armstrong, Coach Sam Lord, Coach Kilcrease. You know, again, I think we all just do a really good job of working together and just putting our egos aside just for the betterment of the program.
He's got a really good team, and right now they're ranked number 2 in the GIAA and looking every bit a team that maybe can bring home that championship hardware, which I know the Cougar fans are dying for. Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back from break, we talk from one championship caliber team to the next. Another team looking to try to bring home that hardware. It is Coach Halverson and the volleyball program here on the Brookstone Coach Show, Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Hello, everybody. This is DJ Jones with the Sports Vision's morning show for the best in local, regional, and national sports news. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m.
You can find the Sports Vision's morning show on Facebook, YouTube. Also, you can listen to us on Apple and Spotify by typing in the Sports Vision's morning show, and download the Sports Vision's radio app right now in your app store today.
We are the only live and local sports talk show in East Alabama, West Central Georgia. Sports Vision 92.1. We are your hometown sports guys.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to Zaxby's for their continued partnership with us for over the last couple of years since we started this. Your partnership has meant the world for us to give you premier coverage for all the local sporting events around the Chattahoochee Valley area. And specifically, I want to thank Judson Humphreys, my good friend, and the Phoenix City location, being with us from the very beginning, man.
Absolutely. Well, we just appreciate what y'all do in the community for these student athletes, and we just want to be a part of it.
Whether it's tailgating, parties, or you just want a quick bite to eat, come to the Phoenix City Zaxby's location and tell them Georgia Alabama Sports Live and Thrift sent you. Thank you again to Judson Humphreys and Zaxby's for our continued partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Brookstone Coaches Show. We go from on the gridiron to back to the volleyball court, and I'm with the man. He's got the number 2 ranked team in the Brookstone Cougars, who are 23-6 right now on the season. They got one more tri-match tonight coming up against Central and Glenwood. Coach Halverson, thank you so much, man.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Coach. You got the big win over Pacelli. You then beat Carrollton. You beat Strong Rock, obviously Calvary that went to 5 last week. You're 23-6. You got one more match to go against Central and Glenwood. What's your mindset heading into tonight, knowing playoffs start on Saturday?
Well, you know, first of all, I'm really proud of the progress that the girls have made. To be able to, you know, install a freshman setter and her develop as well as she's developed, Evangeline Gutierrez, and for the team to play as well as they have been, to have a 23-6 record, to put themselves in a position to have the number 2 all ranking, I'm really pleased with that. But I think our players need to focus on the things that they need to focus on that got them to where they are.
Right.
This time of the year can be a little bit of a distraction. You know, we have fall break coming up.
Yep.
And, you know, all those other things. But, you know, our girls just need to focus on, you know, improving as volleyball players, coming together as a team, and doing the things they need to do to put themselves in a position to be champions at the end of the season.
And, Coach, you're trying to overcome that. You made it to the championship game last year. For the rest of the week, let's talk about moving past the tri-match. What's your mindset with the girls, knowing that you just made mention they're not in school right now, to keep them focused, because Saturday you're hosting first and second round here in the playoffs?
It's very simple. They can either do like everybody else has done, and they're going to get what everybody else has got.
Right.
Or they can do the things they need to do and allow them to accomplish something that no one ever has accomplished in school history at Brookstone Volleyball.
Yep.
They can make history. And, either they can do the things that other teams have done and they'll get the other things that the other teams have gotten.
Right.
Or they can do the things that you need to do to be successful and put themselves in a position to be champions at the end of the season. It's really that simple. The girls just got to stay focused on controlling the controllables and not worrying about all these external factors, not worrying about the rankings, not worrying about who they're playing, not worrying about what time are we leaving, what time's the game. They just need to focus on being the best volleyball players they can be and playing their best volleyball right now.
Coach, last year you felt good about your team heading into the playoffs, but this year I feel like there's a newfound confidence with you and your program. How do you feel now as you head into the playoffs right now? Do you feel like this year's confidence with last year's motivation makes you feel like you can bring home the hardware?
I mean, this year we're hungrier. There's a hunger, and there's a stronger desire. It's really that or nothing else. I mean, that's really what we're very much laser focused on that. And that's all what we want. We all want the same thing. Now we got to do those things to go get it.
Right.
And the fact that we've never done that before, it can be tricky with some players. Like, okay, we've never done that.
Right.
Well, what do we need to do? And it's very simple. Come in there and have your best practices, have your best energy, have your best effort, have your best attitude, and let's get there. It's been a long season.
Right.
So you could sense fatigue at times. But I know this team, and I know they'll get focused. I know they'll get it together, and I know they'll bring their best ball this Saturday.
How do you feel about the fact that you have to do not one but 2 games on Saturday? Are you okay with that, knowing that you have to get up for one and then do the same thing 4 hours later? Or in an ideal world, you would try to make that into 2 days?
I mean,
you don't care, do you?
We don't care. They're in the way.
Right.
Whoever's in our way, we're going to move them.
Right.
I mean, that's really the mindset. And when I say that, that's not just my mentality. That's their mentality.
Right.
One of the things that we benefit from, Thrift, is, we were meeting with our region director, and she was telling us, y'all have the toughest region in all classifications.
It's not even close, man.
It's like, y'all have the toughest conference. It's brutal. But it makes for sharper minds, it makes for sharper focus, and it creates a competitive attitude that we need and gives us a competitive edge. So, I know the girls will get the mindset they need to get. I know they will, because what I feel, I know they already feel.
No doubt about it. His name is Lee Halverson. He's done a great job with the Brookstone Lady Cougars. Volleyball team's got a tri-match tonight against Glenwood and Central. And then again, first and second round, we're going to be covering it and broadcasting on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. But if I know Coach Lee, he's going to want you in attendance cheering on his girls. So this is your message to the community out there to come and watch some high-level volleyball here. Also, Pacelli's going to be hosting. Calvary is going to be playing off. So right now, Coach, it's Columbus versus everyone. I want you, Pacelli, Calvary. I want all y'all winning, and I want to see a matchup hopefully in the semifinals where y'all playing against each other. So how do you tell everyone to go out there and support the girls, man?
Well, I just want to thank you for all the coverage you've given and what you guys are doing. You're putting light on volleyball in our area, and we really need it to be that way, because our girls and all the community deserves an exposure, whether it's Columbus High School, or whether it's Northside, whether it's Calvary, whether it's us, Pacelli, or whomever in our area, Glenwood.
Right.
We want all as a coach and as a former player and as a lover of the game, I want all the programs that are doing it the right way and doing it for the right reasons to get those highlights, to get that exposure, to have that. It's great for the families, it's great for the players, it's great for the school, and it's great for the game of volleyball for these teenagers to have a spotlight on them and for them to have a platform like this. We were at home Friday, my family and I, and we watched, Brookstone Calvary, because of you guys.
Thank you, Lee.
That's what we had, and it was entertaining to watch. In years past, if we were going to do that, we would have to drive down there and watch it. There was no platform for us to be able to watch it and see it and hear play-by-play and hear about players and things like that. So this is a great platform. It's necessary. So please come out and support our girls. They deserve it. Our young people deserves it. And also support him, because he has a passion for young people and for sports here in our area, and they've done a fantastic job.
Thank you, Lee.
And just continue to watch and support. So thank you, Thrift.
No doubt about it.
And thank y'all for watching.
No doubt about it. And thank you so much for the kind words, Lee. And by the way, on Wednesday night, we're dropping our final volleyball rankings before the playoffs. Plus, GIAA's dropping their rankings and seeing where the seedings are going to be. So tune in to the Inside the GIAA and the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show. From Lee Halverson, I'm Thrift Barringer. Thank y'all so much for watching the Brookstone Coaches Show.